Welcome to Get Your Spirit in Shape, United Methodist Communications and UMC.org's podcast to help us keep our souls as healthy as our bodies. I'm Joe Iovino. You may remember from our Christmas series that I was unable to schedule the time to record with Clara Biswas, one of the missionaries we had planned to speak with. Well, Clara and I finally found time to chat, and it was worth the wait. Clara is a missionary from Bangladesh who is serving in Cambodia, and her passion for children and education has led her to develop and direct children's ministries in several locations, which of course has led her to caring for families who are struggling with issues like overwhelming poverty, domestic violence, and HIV/AIDS, among other things. Now, before we begin, I want to share a couple of things that might be helpful. One, Clara and I were talking across a 13-hour time difference. I called her at 7 a.m. Nashville, Tennessee time, and it was 8 p.m. in Cambodia where she answered the phone. And as you may be aware with international calls, there was a delay. And so you may notice that I'm a little quieter than normal as I tried not to interrupt her. Not only was she fascinating, but the interruptions could make things a little confusing. Second, Clara talks a couple of times about working with NGOs. That's an acronym for non-government organizations. One of the great things about Clara's work is that she seeks partnerships with local people and other agencies who are serving the people of the community. Oh, and one last thing. Some of the place names Clara describes were unfamiliar to my American ears. If you want to learn more or seek clarification, be sure to look for our page for this episode at umc.org/podcasts. As always, we've included a transcript on the page. Okay, now on to the conversation that I think you will really enjoy. Clara, welcome to Get Your Spirit in Shape.
Thank you.
You are a missionary serving in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, as the director of a program called Street Children Ministry and Community Outreach. Can you tell me about your ministry there?
I came to Cambodia as a GBGN missionary since 2001. And then I start working with one of the orphanages named Cambodia Light Children Association. That orphanage is inside the community, and the children, vulnerable children, all kind of single parents, orphan, so they were living there. So I start working with that orphanage. It started by local, but we were working as a partner for sustainable development. And then that community name is Boarding, and next community separated by the road is Basak. Two communities are just separated by the road. I was working with those two communities. Basak community was 22,000 people, and the boarding community, about 15,000 people were living there, and all poor, and they cannot send their children to school because children had to work, and parents goes to work, and they need to take care of the youngest one and do the household work. So then I start visiting the project and build relationship with parents. So we work with the orphanage, and side by side the other community, we start another school for the community children.
Wow.
That is preschool, and when our children are ready, we send them to public school. We have after-school program for children like drawing, art, music, dance, Sunday school. Those things. They do the Sunday school every Sunday, and end of the year, Christmas and Easter, children perform the song, drama, and dance. what they learn from after-school program. But what happened, the Basak community been burned, and whole community, about 22,000 people, they lost their house and property. But luckily, that time children were in the school during the day and no one died.
Wow.
But they lost. So government moved them to 22 kilometer away, New Phnom Penh. So it's a huge number of children, difficult to take admission in the school. So we help them in resettlement area, New Phnom Penh, to find the school and put them in a different school. And later on, the boarding community were about 15,000 children. So that community also government wanted to move there. So they separate only the orphanage we were working. So they moved them to about 15 kilometer away from the area used to be. So we continue work with them until today. And this is how our project start expanding little by little. And then we begin to work with the local church. In the city, there is one dumpsite area where children and parents, whole family, collecting garbage to make a living. And whole city municipality car, they put all the garbage there, and all the people from the community, they go to collect garbage. And children never go to school because they have to work with the parents. So there was a series of meetings with parents and children to motivate them. At least they can send children half day to the school and half day they can work with parents. So we motivate parents so they are agree to send their children to school. So we put them to local school. There was run by the other NGO. We put those children there and we start networking with them. And nearby Damside, there was one UMC church, Pretwal United Methodist Church. So we start working with the pastor, and little by little, we introduce children that church. So pastor and me and our staff, we work together as a team and continue. We do the after-school program, and children also learn the vocational training there, sewing, hair cutting, like salon, manicure, pedicure, and when they finish their vocational training, we provide them the tools that they can begin their business by own, or also there is garments factory and hair salon. We try to help them to find job. But after several years I worked there, it was a beautiful ministry. But government moved them far away from the city.
Oh, no.
Then we continue to support children, but the parents have to go far away to work. And those who came to our United Methodist Church, we help them until now, and they are almost graduating from college and university.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, and then what happened, the pastor from United Methodist Church who was working with me for outreach, he moved to another new area by the railway station. So when he moved there, he invited me that, Clara, here is many children and you can come, we can do something for our church. So me and pastor, we visit there several times, and then we invite the children to come to our church, and then they start coming for Sunday school and after-school program, learning song and game, Bible study. So the church began with 10 people, but later on it was about 60. And many of them, we worked there many years, so many of them baptized also.
Wow.
So through our work until today, about 65 they baptized, actually, through our ministry, through our work.
Yeah.
So still I work with that community, but church has been closed.
Oh.
But the pastor is helping the community outreach with the group. So from each project, we have parents of our children that we support and who used to come to our church. Some of them has HIV/AIDS or domestic violence victim or trafficking, all those. Mm-hmm. So we start helping them also, just to introduce them hospital if the violence, where to go, and the organization who will help them for HIV medicine. Like, I am not doctor or nurse, but I do the network for them, that what is existing in the country, that we can find the resource here that our community people can benefit. So I introduce with several hospital and NGO, and then they also get the free medicine, but I do the network with them and try to find out how is the situation about their health, and I do the house visiting. It's not only me, but our team working together. And children, those who not want to study, we help them to have a vocational training. And in Cambodia has one organization, Friends. So we send them there, and they have a variety training. Mm-hmm. So we will take them, they take interview to them and show them around what is their interest. There is sewing, tailoring, and waiters in the restaurant, cooking, working as a group to open small business when they graduate. Some of our kids after graduation, together with other friends, open a restaurant, small one and big one. Yeah. And those things, they're doing well.
That's wonderful.
Also, those who learn dance and music, some of our kids is now working with different other NGO as a music teacher and dance teacher. So it's also good. Yeah. And in the community, when I visit community, I find out the pregnant women deliver baby inside the house, and house is the environment is not very clean and is danger for mother and baby. So I talk with several hospitals, with doctor, and ask them how we can help these people. So doctor was suggest to me that you can bring them, we can have a health card for them. They can come for regular checkup and deliver baby in the hospital. Yeah. So we pay a little bit, and doctor also help them. So at the beginning, by track, I took them, the whole community pregnant women. Yeah. But later on, couple of years I helped, but after that, those who experience deliver baby in the hospital, I make them the leader in the community, and I give them responsibility. If new pregnant mother, I ask the old one to take them to hospital and help them.
Yes.
So same like pregnant woman, I no need to take them anymore. The local mother, they are the one helping them. And HIV patient also, if there is new HIV patient in the community, they also know where to go, and I ask them to take them to the hospital and open the health card, and they can go there. I just help them from the back, but I let them do. So now they can do
Right.
by themselves.
That's an important
This
part.
is how we, yeah.
I was going to say that's an important part of ministry, isn't it? That you're teaching people and modeling for people how they can not just be receivers of the help, but also be those who then give help to others and grow the ministry.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, because we do not give them fish to eat, but we help them how to catch the fish.
Right.
So now they can do.
I heard you say that with some of the children that learn music and then are the music teachers, and some of the moms who receive help when they're pregnant then become the ones who help, and some of the ones who are sick help others who are sick. That's an amazing ministry that then will grow and last for a really long time. It just sounds really exciting.
Yeah, from the beginning, I worked in Bangladesh, same job in the different community, and we did similar activity. So it's running by themselves now. And because I know, as a missionary, we are not permanently living lifelong here. Today or tomorrow, we will leave the country. So the local people will continue. So I did not build any orphanage or school. I work with the local just as a partner and help them for sustainable development.
Yes. You just mentioned that you're originally from Bangladesh. How did you come to become a missionary in Cambodia?
Actually, before Cambodia, I was in Japan with Kyodan, the United Church of Japan, where all denominations work together. So I worked with Kyodan for 2 years in Sendai Student Center, and later on I moved to Ibaraki. There is also had student center and had school there, international school.
Wow.
So 1 year I was there, but before that I was graduate from Asian Rural Institute in Japan, Tochigi, Nishinasuno. So I graduated from there.
Wow.
Before missionary.
Yeah. Were you always interested in working with children?
Japan was a different type because Japan is 100% educated, and Bangladesh I was working with the rural and urban in the slum. It's very, very different.
Oh.
But the student center open for the students who come from the province and they come to the city and they have no place to go. So student center is similar like YMCA, YWCA.
Yeah.
We provide them different course like student camp. We have music class, Bible class, English study, different language like Korean language, German language, English language, and cooking and drama, study tours. so all kind of. So according to their interest, they take membership, and we invite the volunteer teacher. It was after college and after university program. So when I was there, over 100 students was there.
Wow.
Few Christian, but more Buddhist and Shinto are there, and we really enjoy together. And still, I communicate with them, so it's wonderful. They have some of them visit me in Cambodia, and they're doing well. And I am very happy that we have still communication with them.
Sure, that sounds really nice. Yeah, that you maintain those friendships.
We take them for study tour in Bangladesh, India, and we organize the visiting the project, those who are graduate from Asian Rural Institute. So when they go back to their country, they do the development work. So we encourage the young people how to involve with the social work. So when they used to go to Bangladesh to learn about the community development work, that I was working with the community school, loan program, and adult literacy, and group savings, all those. And I had several projects. They are low caste of Hindu society, and people look down on them. They work as a sweeper, cleaning the street, on the road, drain and toilet, government and public toilet. So their children never been to school. So I set up several schools for them. And now when I go home, those children are graduate from college and university and have job, and now they are responsible for their own children.
Wow.
So whenever I go home, they organize the get-together, and it's such a joy to meet them, to see that we plant a seed, and it's now is a blooming.
Yes.
And they are such a good leader for the community.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
We've talked a little bit about some of the exciting things that happen in your ministry. What are some of the challenges that you have today?
Because of the city development, community is moving little by little farther, and the slum been sold to the company, and they build the high-rise building for the city development, and people move to farther down where difficult to find school for so many children, and the toilet and house. So we contact with other NGO to help and try to put our children in a different school.
And then the final question that I ask everybody on the podcast is, how do you keep your spirit in shape?
Living foreign country itself is a challenging, and the work I do with street children ministry, with the people who has a different background, so sometimes is very stressful. There is sometimes children die, parents die, HIV people, domestic violence, trafficking, so many things facing. So we need really to recharge ourselves. So I have different group of missionary who are good friends. We get together, Bible study, and I go to church. Also, I network with the Christian group. I join them also, like Sisters of Charity. Sometimes I put our children if they need help, long-time help, then we can get help from them. Marinol, that they have a HIV program. So we also recommend our HIV patients to go there. They have a hospice. So I also attend the prayer with them. And friends are really good support and prayer. Those things help me.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you, Clara. It has been really fun learning about your work and your ministry and a little bit about you today.
Thank you so much. I really enjoy my work in Bangladesh, in Japan, in Cambodia. I am really enjoying community outreach and with the children and adults and youth. I enjoy so much.
Wonderful.
So I also thank Lord and GBGM for this opportunity, and thank you.
That was Clara Biswas, a United Methodist missionary from Bangladesh serving in Cambodia. To learn more about her and her ministry, or to support her important work, go to umc.org/podcasts and look for this episode of Get Your Spirit in Shape. On the page, there are links that you'll find helpful and a transcript of our conversation. And if you enjoy Get Your Spirit in Shape, you could greatly help us by posting a review on Apple Podcasts. Good reviews move us up in searches, and that helps more people find us. Hey, thanks for listening. I'll be back soon with another conversation to help us keep our souls as healthy as our bodies. I'm Joy Avino. Peace.